students. I'm making this video as your first project in tinkercad. So normally I post links, but you should be able to do this with simple keyword searches in YouTube. So I'm just going to share a screen right now. And we'll head across to YouTube. And what we're going to go for is tinkercad Simpsons. So if you go tinkercad Simpsons and just hit enter, it'll be that first demo. So we're going to avoid the ads, of course. Full screen this. So this demo has bad music. Let's just turn that off right now. But he's giving you the basic commands, and he has a little function where he'll show the keyword stuff down here sometimes. Most of the stuff happens on screen. So you can rewind this video as you want. Starts with a block, right? And goes into a house. So I'll just show you the basics of getting started on this. Usually the so I'm going to go back to tinkercad, tinkercad.com. I'm still signed in. If you click signed in, it'll keep you signed in for a while. So just try to click that option when you sign in. If you lose your way, go back to the assignments page and you'll see your class code and username. So what I'm going to do is create a new design. And so it gives this weird name. I would rename that to your name project. We're just going to go 01 tinkercad. Put the name in, and you could say house or whatever you want to say. Okay, so we're going to put a box in screen, and I'm going to grab one of the side boxes and elongate it a little bit. And then whenever you click on, like, for example, if you click on that, it'll give that dimension. If you click on this, it'll give, if you click on the opposite side, it gives you the dimension right there. So that's 20. So that's important when we find this roof. And then, of course, I'm doing right click to rotate up. You can build it flat. You could almost build it tall if you wanted to, because then it's already standing up. Yeah, that makes no sense. Okay. Let's just build this tall, shall we? Flip it up like that. I'll grab that top arrow, pull it up. And so that is also 20 by 20. And this is 20 by 20. So this is perfect. Should fit on this really nicely. If I go across to the baseline where it is, and then I'm just going to pull it up. It's pretty close. I'm going to zoom in with the scroll button. And then drop it down a little bit. That's pretty close. If you want to be really anal about it, you go to an align. So I did a box select, so both of those are selected. And then I go to align. We want to align this way. And it looks like it's already aligned the other way. So now you have your first house shape. I might pull this off after all that, eh? Might pull it all down a little bit. How about that? Okay, so now it's looking more housey. So now you have it like that. Okay, so now we're going to make the roof. Click off, then click that top roof object. And there's a couple ways you can do this. You can go Control C, Control V, and that will paste the object in screen, but it won't paste it over the previous object. Or you can go Control Shift V, and that should produce an object. No, did not do this. Oh no, it's sorry, it's Control D. That will produce another object right below the other one. now you can see we have two roofs, and if you just click that top button, then you can pull it up and down perfectly aligned. What we're going to do here is decide on the roof thickness. That's pretty good. Let me make it a little thinner. And then what I want to do here is I'm going to duplicate this bottom object again, Control D, because I need to use it to cut the top roof. So I duplicated that object. I'm going to turn it into a hole. Then I hold down Shift, select that top object, and I go Group. Remember, when you group a hole, another object, it cuts it out. And then I'm going to change up this color so it looks more roofy. And roofy, it's not a good word. Moving on. We have the roof here, and then if you go Alt Shift and hold down a corner, it will expand it in all directions. So it's an easy way to sort of keep it lined up. Then all you have to do is grab that top arrow and drop it on. So just try to get through the basic build of a house. At this point, you can click on the roof, that object. Why is that line so big for this? Is that a line somehow? Huh. Will that disappear if I group them? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, you can group the roof object with the inner subject now. And if you switch back to the video, basically they stand up the houses and you want to get to about this point. So if I full screen that, that's what you want it to look like. So we have our basic house object right now. Let's switch across to this. And then we're going to select everything. I'm not going to group everything yet. We'll go Control D, and then that'll paste that object in place. I can pull it out to the side with the arrow keys, grab this bottom rotation bar, flip it around. I'll probably do an all size on this one too, and then maybe just pull it out lengthwise. That's pretty big. I'm not sure exactly. I think it's like kind of like that, and then this object has to come a bit forward, and then do a box select on those two things, Control D again, that will paste in place, and I'm going to go this, for that, with the arrow keys, and then I'm going to do a general size down. So size down. I think those roofs on the back are essentially supposed to meet, so you want those as close as possible. And then if you flip it around to the front of the house, you have more or less what they have. It looks like, oh no, not an ad. What is happening? Oh, just loaded. Where are we? Okay, so that's what it's supposed to look like, which means that this object is starting to be bigger. Oh, no. Size that down, move it over. Thanks. You know what? I'm gonna pull it in. I'll just do my own aesthetic here. I'll just have it right there in the middle. So you can do, like, as long as you're copying the basic part of the house and going along with the construction techniques, it doesn't really matter if it's exactly, okay? So don't worry about it, but you want that basic format. I'm just going to end the video here. As long as you get to that point, you're probably good for this week. I'll release